A very good morning to everyone. My name is Chahak and I work as a GRC manager. GRC means governance, risk, and compliance. And today we'll talk about it later. And today we'll discuss what basically is cybersecurity and what different career opportunities we have, what degrees or certifications you need to have if you want to get a career in cybersecurity. And I would be answering any questions you might be having regarding this field and how you should get into cybersecurity. So I'm sure everyone must be having like a brief idea what is cybersecurity, but just to give like a high-level overview. So basically, it's a field, it's a subfield of information technology where we protect our data, we protect our information, we protect our assets as in our computer systems, our laptops, our networks, operating systems, infrastructure, servers, everything. So we protect every information. We make sure that any threat actors, as in any malicious actors, do not access our data and information, and then they encrypt it and ask for ransoms. So this field is very crucial, and it has been in the highlight, I think, since the beginning of the technology. And it is very crucial to safeguard our financial data, our personal information, our health information, any sorts of information which can be used to identify you and track you down through any data about you which is available anywhere over the internet. And nowadays, it's like we can see, for example, the Russia-Ukraine war happened, and then so many cyber attacks. The MGM Grand cyber attack happened. The Little Caesars Palace cyber attack happened. So this is very crucial nowadays because governments or any spies, they want to bring down the critical infrastructure of a nation by exploiting their, for example, their banks, their nuclear power plants, their any sorts of critical infrastructure. You all might have heard about the Colonial Pipeline attack in the United States. So all these kinds of attacks, they are happening, and it is said to increase in the next coming years. So the various fields in cybersecurity, they can be network security. It can be network security is where you focus on securing computer networks and preventing unauthorized access of bad actors into your networks. And then is endpoint security, where you protect your individual devices, maybe your computers, your smartphones, from any malicious activities. Then is application security. So you ensure that your softwares and your web applications are secure from vulnerabilities. And then there comes ethical hacking or penetration testing, where there are some professionals, they actively find any vulnerabilities available in any network or any system, and they try to exploit it to make sure that it is fixable. Then there are security analysts, or you call them SOC analysts as well, Security Operations Center. So they analyze the entire system, and they implement security measures to protect your organization's information. Then there are incident responders. So for example, whenever a security incident occurs, so these incident responders, they investigate the incident, they make sure that they track from where it started, and then they mitigate any impact on your network or your systems. And there are endless careers in cybersecurity. AI is booming, is a buzzword, and AI in cybersecurity, so using artificial intelligence to enhance your threat detection and IoT security, cloud security. And there are so many numerous careers where you can get into cybersecurity. So I'll just stop speaking here, and I would like ask you to make sure if you have any questions, so we can, have a interactive session, and I can answer your questions regarding cybersecurity or the career in it. And you want to ask anything about my career and anything.
So I guess I will start with the questions that are like generally come up when people start to explore different like industries or different professions. So like very common question everyone gets is how to get started. Maybe you can start with how was your journey getting started, and how can a beginner, maybe who is listening and who is among the audience who has started getting interest in cybersecurity, can get started.
Okay, so for example, I think Ralph in the chat, he asked, what's the best platform to learn cybersecurity? Okay. So Ralph, there are a number of platforms which are available. If you do not, I would say that you enter into like a graduate program into a good university and start from the basics. But if you don't want that, you can definitely explore beginner courses on Udemy or Coursera. And there are so many different platforms which offer you courses. And some of them, I think, are free of cost as well. So there are so many YouTube channels free of cost, which provide you security 101 training. And there are endless platforms. If you want to have anything specifically, for example, you want to learn about network security, or you want to learn about cloud security. So I think the basic baseline is that you have to have some basic understanding of information technology, right? Like what is a network, what is a server, what is cloud platform, right? And how basically like a computer system functions. You got to have that basic information, and you can understand it from anywhere. And then you learn about the basic cybersecurity either by going enrolling into a university program, or you can use online platforms where courses are available. So that is how you can start your career.
Awesome. I
And
see.
if like you have you want to get help with your resume building, or like how to like these are my current degrees, or this is currently what I know, and how to proceed further from there, you can book consultations with me. I'll help you go through that. So you can always check out. If you want, Kevalya, I think I talked to Siddharth also. So you can provide my information, like my LinkedIn and like my top mate link to all of them, and they can see whatever timings are available, and they can book a call with me to talk about one-to-one career guidance as well. I provide that.
Awesome, that works. Maybe like you can directly put that in chat, or send it over to me. Anything works. Yeah, and I guess you like went through competitions. So because there is a question that says like for like competitive coding there is like a competition ICPC. Is there a like are there any well-known competitions for cybersecurity and that goes around? Because like personally I have heard about like bug bounty programs or bounty programs, right? So are there any like well-known competition that run around that may interest students or learners to get started?
Yes, absolutely. So if you are an ethical hacker, or you want to get into penetration testing, or even the red team, red team means all these things, getting into ethical hacking or getting into penetration testing. So that is red team basically. So you exploit the vulnerabilities and make sure that your system or your network is safe. So there are many events. One, I think many of you must be knowing about capture the flag events, CTFs. So what they do, what happens at that event is that they give you like a riddle kind of, or a question, and you have to basically use some codings like Linux codings, and then you have to find a flag. There would be a flag number, and that would basically help you understand how the coding works when you are doing your red team activities. So CTFs are very popular events or competitions that happen. And then is basically like ethical hacking events happen. There are black hat events that happen. So black hat conferences are there. So there are endless number of programs, and I can provide you like a brief write up for all these questions. So after this call, please make sure that you send all these questions to me, and I like provide links to various websites or various programs, and anyone can access that, explore that. And if you have any questions regarding, or you need basically guidance on how to get into it, you can contact with me, and I'll provide you with that information.
I have shared your LinkedIn in the chat, so
Great.
people can definitely connect with you there. Folks, do send your questions, and we would be happy to answer them. Check, how was your experience from like getting started into industry? I guess like people here are like just getting started and getting exposed to a lot of industries in general. So would you like to shed some light on your experience being in like cybersecurity space for so long? How was your experience, and how you see the growth versus like now versus when you got started?
So I did my undergrad from India, and I did it in computer science and engineering. So in that, I learned about various algorithms, and there was nothing taught about cybersecurity there. But I wanted to learn more about these incidents because I would see so many news, that the credit card got hacked, or people are, they fake calling you from the banks, and they ask for your CRN numbers, customer relationship numbers, or they ask about some personal information, which can, help them track down your bank account information and anything like that. So I wanted to explore this field. So I did my first master's in information security. And then I moved to US. I did my second master's from Eastern Michigan. And I started my first job in cybersecurity as an event response analyst, which is basically like a SOC analyst. So many incidents would come in, like someone is trying to get into our network, or they sent like a phishing email to our employees, and just triaging that email in a secure environment, like in a sandbox or something, and then making sure that where this URL is leading them to, from where it is actually coming, what is the IP address of it, what is the web reputation of this IP or this domain from which they are reaching out or contacting us. So it has been like a very, I would say, like a cop and a thief game, and it has been very, very interesting to to see how these things are happening and making sure we are protecting our network and our people. And then I moved into basically the governance role. So governance is basically, you create policies within your company, and you make sure that you have policies which align to various standards. For example, if you have to buy any electronic item, or you see the ISI code or the ISI standard, right? Similarly, if you have to write a policy in your company and you want everyone to follow that policy, it should have some standards. So there are so many frameworks. For example, there is NIST framework, there is SANS framework. So you make sure that you're writing your policies based on those standards. So I wrote the security training and awareness policy, the vulnerability and patch management policy for my company, the information security policy, the acceptable use policy, like an employee should not is not allowed to use their personal devices and connect them to the company's network, because if there is something going on in your personal phones, you are just bringing them into the company's network and the devices in there. And you're not allowed to access your social media from company computers or company's network. So all these things. And then risk management. So risk management, like there is risk in everything, right? So you have to make sure different aspects, you have to keep on analyzing the situations. Okay, for example, there is HTTP websites on your in your company. So you have to make sure that you need to upgrade that to HTTPS. There is TLS 1.1, okay, but there are new regulations that are coming in, 1.2, 1.3. You have to upgrade it to them. And then the risk management in you have to just keep on analyzing the situations. You have to feel like do the digging, like what if the attacker exploits this thing? Okay, what if the attacker sends malware through a USB? So you have to keep on analyzing different situations and make sure that you manage those risks. You keep on you read the news which happens. For example, the MGM, the famous incident that happened at MGM Grand. So what happened in that incident? Does anyone know? Anyone is familiar with that? Like the casino, it got hacked. So what happened? It was their IT help desk, right? So the malicious actors, they called in to their IT help desk and said that, okay, I am the CIO or I'm the CEO and I need you to reset my password. And without even confirming that is it the actual person, the help desk people, they just reset their password and told them, okay, this is your new password. And they even bypassed the MFA, like the duo or anything. So we try to make sure that such kind of incident is not happening in our company. And we keep on making sure we read the news, we need articles, we read, we follow other incidents which are happening in the cybersecurity community, and make sure we gather the threat intel and apply certain controls in our environment. Compliance is you have to comply, basically. For example, health industries, they have to comply to HIPAA regulations, making sure that the information of their patients is not leaked out. The banking industries, they have to comply to PCI standards, payment card industry standards. And the logistics or any companies which are bidding for government contracts, they have to comply to CMMC standards. So this is the compliance. So I basically manage the entire GRC for my company. And it has been a very, I would say, a challenging journey. Every day something new comes up, and you never get bored in cybersecurity, I would say. you don't get bored in this field, and endless opportunities, and it's gonna grow only. So it's a very booming field, I would say.
So yeah, I was going to come to that point, like for career, because people here are potentially looking for career, and you are here. So I would like to know about like what are like potential in cybersecurity. We hear about like new threats happening and new stories coming up on social media, or like every other blog post for that matter. But like personally, like there are very less encounters you do with cybersecurity professionals, right? So how can like a beginner or who has interest in cybersecurity break into the industry, like from your experience, like what are the maybe best practices as a student they can follow to break into cybersecurity space, in like best practices with best practices?
Sure. So if you are like you're studying cybersecurity in a university or in any college, so first you have to make sure where your interest lies, right? Whether your interest is in basically exploiting things, making sure you want to play, you want to keep on exploring different things from where attacker could come. If you're from that mindset, I would say you go into red team. You make sure you start as a SOC analyst, making sure analyzing the network, observing various incidents, and then you can go further from there. But if you are a person, you're a strategist, right? You want to make sure, okay, I want to create some policies. I want to make sure that people do not violate certain rules and regulations. Then you go into the blue team. So there are blue team and red team. There's purple team, and so you just have to make sure that you do a SWOT analysis. You make sure you write down what your interests are, what are your favorite courses in your career or your curriculum which you're doing. So based on that, you make a list of what courses are you enjoying the most, and you pick a career in cybersecurity based on your interests. So that is the first step, I would say, you need to do. You make sure that where your interest lies in cybersecurity, and you pick that path. And there are hundreds, thousands, and endless opportunities in every field.
That is amazing. Yeah, and cybersecurity is very interesting. So, Chahak, what would your like top 5 learning resources would be?
So my learning resources were like I did with my university. Those were that was my first thing I did. And the second was I wanted to learn more about, for example, I told you I wanted to learn more about compliance and like cloud security and risk management. So I picked up certain courses from Coursera and Udemy to learn more about that. And when I wanted to start for a manager role, I gave my CISSP certification. Now I want to give my cloud certification, so I'm preparing for the CCSP exam. And there are so many things. If you like Google, you search for your interest, you see, for example, you have to search for AI and cybersecurity, right? You Google it, you'll find so many courses, and you pick up like a website or a program which is well reputed. I would say, for example, I'm not promoting anything here, but YouTube's, Udemy, Coursera, these are like my go-tos when I have to learn anything.
Okay. So like whenever someone is trying to learn, right? First thing they open up is Google and then YouTube, right? So any YouTube channel of your pick that people can look up to and get started, maybe after this call, something like that. And a leading question after that, like you mentioned certifications before, right? So what are the first step certifications that people can start? You started your journey through masters and university, right? But if someone is already into like different, like branches are different, and like their like university choices have been different, but they want to also switch to cybersecurity maybe. So what could be their first step into certifications? That could be my question. Yeah.
So you want to say that they're already in a non-cybersecurity program?
Yeah, or maybe like there are multiple, like from EC background, electronics background, electrical background, that from that background, which like makes it hard for them to get into mainstream master's branch
right,
sometimes. So
right.
what could be like resources and steps or certifications for them, which provides like step by step like good curriculum, and which could get them like potential background?
Right. So I would say that search for introduction to cybersecurity, right? You can search on YouTube. And there is a certification by ISACA, which is called Cybersecurity Fundamental, CSXF. You can give that certification sitting at the comfort of your home, right? It's remotely proctored, and it's a very thin book that you have to get to, you study it, and everything is written in a very simple language. So that would be, I think, a basic start if you want to switch to cybersecurity and make sure that you know the fundamentals before getting into the mainstream. So introduction to cybersecurity, and then preparing for your or getting the cert of cybersecurity fundamentals by ISACA. That is a very good start, and I did that too.
Awesome. And any like tips from your end for students, beginners, to like these mistakes you should not make that you generally see beginners in the industry make, something uh like based on that experience?
I would say do make mistakes because if I would tell you that don't do this, I think it might not have worked for me, but it might work for you. So everyone should have like a different journey. But I would say one thing I would definitely suggest is that don't try to jump so quickly to the high level or start learning things. I would say that follow a certain curriculum, follow a certain pace, and go step by step. Like if you get into cybersecurity, you're just starting into cybersecurity. Like for example, don't sit for your CISSP exams. Never do that. So go step by step, and I think if you follow a certain guidelines, you can reach out to some mentor, and I think that is a good thing. But yeah, never be afraid from making mistakes too.
Awesome. We have a
I
question in
see.
chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Ralph. Like, can you
Mhm.
point out the difference between dark web and deep web?
Okay, Ralph. First of all, don't get too much into deep webs and dark webs at this point in time. But I hope you know that you have to have like a certain different browser to get into all these things. But I'll give you a high level that deep web is basically the parts of the internet which you cannot find by traditional search engines like Google, Yahoo, Bing, etc. So that's why I told that you need a different browser to get into all those things. So basically, deep web contains information about password protected websites, databases, private networks, and some unindexed areas. Um, and the dark web basically is a portion of the deep web only. So it's the normal internet we use, and then is the deep web, and then is the dark web. So it is that portion of the deep web which is intentionally hidden, which they do not want to be available to the public, like on the upper level or on the surface. So it is inaccessible through standard web browsers, obviously. You need to have the Onion router, the Tor browser to get into dark web. I would say that the dark web is in itself, it's not illegal, but it is known for hosting illegal activities like stolen data, hacking tools, and all that information. So that is like a high level of deep web and dark web.
Amazing. And like, do you know of any government programs that promote cyber literacy, something like that,
Yes.
that you would like to mention here?
Yeah. So if you're from US, you definitely check CISA website. They have so many different programs and so many resources to promote cyber literacy, and endless number of engaging activities, games, and interactive sessions are there through CISA website. So definitely check that, a very good source.
Amazing. Awesome. Folks, if you have any more questions, do send it here. We have touched on so many amazing points. So if you want us to go any deep into any specific point, do let us know in there. I'm currently searching for the certification you mentioned, so I can share the link, the ISACA certification. I'm having a hard time to find the certification, but
I'll email it to you. If anyone wants
yeah,
that, they can just reach out, message me on LinkedIn. I'll send them the link.
that's perfect. Maybe send it to me as well, so I can share it in Discord. So
Okay, sure.
it's there. Yeah. Perfect. So it's there. Okay, so we touched on certifications, job opportunities, maybe like AI is coming along, and like every sector or wherever computers are being used, there needs to have something like the cybersecurity needs to be added there at some degree, right? So according to you, like what does the job market currently looks like? Because there has been a lot of recessions and a lot of things right now happening in general job market as well. So how do you think the cybersecurity space is looking in terms of jobs?
I would say the recession, I don't have any information like how this job market goes, but from cybersecurity point of view, I would definitely want to say that there are so many job opportunities. Like if you search on LinkedIn, or if you search on Google cybersecurity jobs, you'll get so many different opportunities, because there is lack of proper talent in the cybersecurity arena right now. So that's why even the government, various companies, they are promoting people, their existing people also, to learn different cybersecurity tools, to learn to have certain cybersecurity certifications. And even the government wants, they have passed a bill to increase the cybersecurity spend on the cybersecurity by millions of dollars. So everyone is promoting this thing because it is very much required, and this is the future. So right now there is no in cybersecurity, and if you have the right talent, if you have what they are looking for, and you have that interest, so you'll get it. So at the beginning, should I go deep into learning Kali tools? So Ralph, if your interest lies there, there is a book, if you want to start with Kali, that is Kali cookbook. So that is a very good start. It has all, it tells you how you have to install like a virtual box, how you have to install the Kali Linux, and then what are the different commands you can practice. So it's a very good book which starts from the basic, goes to the intermediate level, and then goes to the high level of it. So definitely you should start if your interest lies there.
Awesome. I see we covered all the questions. Folks, do add your questions. Anything, don't think that questions are dumb. No questions are dumb, and we are here to solve all your questions. So do send in your questions, anything. We would be happy to.
That is great. And if you need more information, Ralph, I'll connect you to some folks who are like red team people who can guide you in that direction, like what different certs to go for red team. And if you want to discuss or have any discussions with them, I can connect you to the right people as well.
That is amazing. And that's how you like increase your network by talking to people. So do reach out and like try to ask questions as many as you can. I do that a lot of time. So, and I can tell that has been beneficial. So Chahak, maybe any ending notes from you for this session?
I think everyone is doing great in whatever field they are currently. Just keep learning, keep exploring, and stay safe. Don't trick people intentionally into hacking their PCs, or sending them bad emails or something. So I would say your ethics define you, and be ethical. Keep learning, keep exploring, and stay safe. That's it. And help other people stay safe.
That is amazing. Thank you so much, everyone. And I have sent the check-in links for the events in the Discord. So if you have not checked in for the event, do check in for the event. That gets added to your event, to your point lists for the week. So make sure you have checked in. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining and asking questions. Hope this session was helpful, and there will be many more coming ahead this weekend. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining, and see you in the next session. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye. Thanks, Ralph. Bye.